During the Christmas holidays, I had a wonderful time traveling to Barcelona with my mom. She had been visiting me over the holidays and we decided to take a trip together. The architecture and the food was absolutely amazing. It's Sarah from the Organized Notebook, and in this video, I wanted to take you through the trip planning process and how I reflected on it after it was over using Notion. If you find this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. So first, let's go back in time to before the trip. So I'm soon going to Barcelona and I wanted to show you all how I try to plan for trips and how I use this travel journal. So the first thing I'll do is actually click into the plus new and I'll add Barcelona as my destination. So I'm going to go ahead and type Barcelona and the country is going to be Spain. And I'm going to go ahead and add the template travel destination. So once I have the travel destination as the template, I can start filling this in. So the first thing is I'm going to add a cover photo. So let's go ahead and change the cover to Barcelona. So I like to go to Unsplash to look for pictures. And let's go ahead and click this one. And we'll even add an icon. So maybe a Spanish flag like this. And then we can go ahead and input the current weather and map and also use the Google Maps to add that here as well. So let's go ahead and do that by going to indify.co, which will also leave the link to in the description below. So if you go to indify.co and select weather widget and you have an account, you should be able to make one like this and make sure to add the correct location here, Barcelona, and whether or not you want Fahrenheit or Celsius and how many days you'd like. And then you can just simply copy it by clicking the clipboard here. And then we can go back to our Notion page and simply embed this in. So we're going to go ahead and embed the link like this. And I'm going to go ahead and delete this one. So now we have a nice view here of Barcelona, weather. And then we can also embed a Google Maps inside here as well for Barcelona. So we can kind of see the map and what kind of things we can expect. So if you go to Google Maps, you can easily just go to the Barcelona location and then click the share button here. And you can just simply copy the link to this map by going to copy link. And then you can go back to the page and click here and embed it like this. So it's very easy to use and it turns out really long. So you'll want to sort of edit this like this and move it around. So something like this. And then the next thing we'll do is start adding some resources. So it would be good to know some local phrases, books, movies, and YouTube videos or travel articles. So it's easy to just add these in. I'm not going to add any local phrases as I can speak a bit of Spanish already, but I may add some YouTube videos and travel articles later. So that's something I'm going to do later once I have some more time to research. And the other part we can also research is by adding this into travel research. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of travel research now. So let's go ahead and add some restaurants that we found. And this is going to be the top 40 restaurants in Barcelona. So this will give me something to look at while I decide where we could go for the restaurants. So 40 restaurants. Top 40 restaurants, and I'll put the link in and the type is must go restaurants, and I'll already add a cover photo here, so we can just add a photo here of some food like this, and then we can even add the link here like this and create a bookmark so that it's easy to see it. So now if we go back to our Barcelona page, we'll now see that we have the top 40 restaurants in the must-go restaurants list. And I'll probably be adding even more travel research here as it gets closer to the trip. But for now, I've kind of set up my page for Barcelona. And yeah, I feel pretty good about this page. So the next thing after that is going to be to add a trip here. So this trip is going to be happening quite soon. And it's going to be December 2023. and pretty much right before Christmas. So I'm really excited for that. The type is going to be for leisure. So it's going to be from the 19th until the 23rd. And now we have this. So the next step is going to be to actually plan the trip as well. So I got back from my trip about a month ago, and it had taken me a while to actually make this video. So this is going to be me reflecting on the trip now with this travel journal. But in the previous section, I forgot to do the planning on video. So we're not going to be able to get to see how I did the planning part, but you'll be able to see my trip page here, which I'll share now. So as you can see, I basically put all of my events inside of the travel planner. So I had my hotel booking, flight to Barcelona, general sightseeing in the Gothic Quarter, and some other attractions that I was planning to book, and then the return flight. So I had just basically marked the calendar according to what the itinerary was, so that it's also easy for me to share this information through the share button as a link. And after that, I basically filled in some to-do lists. So I had to sort of plan this together with my mom. So I had to contact about tourist tickets, confirm hotels and flights. And I also had a packing list. So I always get scared to lose my passport or forget to bring it. So I definitely put that in the packing list before leaving. So those were some things I did in advance that I couldn't show before. And there are also some important documents that I just put in as PDFs and some expenses here. But we didn't really calculate the expenses as we went on the trip. So this just kind of were some expenses that I had spent before the trip happened. So once the trip happened, it was kind of hard to keep track of the amounts we were spending. So I didn't really log it quite rigorously here. So now is the fun part, which is where I wanted to sort of add some of my pictures and the memories I had while I was there. So I think this will be really fun for me, and to be able to sort of reflect on the trip and go back and see all my photos. So I'm going to get started with that. So the first day I was in Barcelona, we were really hungry because the previous night none of the restaurants are open because of our delayed flight. So I'm going to go ahead and add the first picture of the food we had when we were finally able to go to a real restaurant. So first real meal in Barcelona, and this was in December on Wednesday, and I'm going to put first real meal. So delicious. And I'm going to use the template for memory journal, and this is also going to allow me to see the picture up in the cover photo. So I'm going to go ahead and embed this by uploading the image, and here is the image, and I'm going to put some thoughts here as well. So I'm going to continue adding some photos, and I'll get back to you all once that's done. So these are some of my photos from my trip, and it really was an amazing time to be there. There was the Christmas market, the cathedral, and we saw so many Gaudi buildings, and this doesn't even cover all of them, but these are some of my highlights from the trip, and it's such a nice way to be able to sort of reflect on my trip by adding all these photos, and at the end I can also send it to my mom, so that's going to be really nice. I hope this was interesting for all of you. Notion is such a great tool for trip planning and reflections. If you're interested in this template, we'll leave the link to it in the description below. Let us know if you have any questions, comments, or anything that was confusing in this video, and we hope to see you in the next one.